In this daily drop, we're going to talk about checkouts and why they're important, even if you're using your own equipment. So let's go. All right, let's talk checkouts, kids. A pretty important part of the production process, especially if you are renting equipment. So what is a checkout? Many of you know, if you are going out on a production and you have put an order in for equipment, especially things like cameras and lenses, lighting, it's important to make sure that when you go and get that equipment from the rental house, that you do a full checkout process. So even though that equipment has been checked in by the rental house and they've gone through that equipment to make sure that it is working properly and has then been packed up and is ready to go out for the next production, it's your responsibility to take that equipment out there on location at the rental house and make sure it is functioning properly. It's also the time that you'll do things like check the back focus of your lenses to your camera body system. You'll make sure that the batteries are working for your light fixtures, so on and so forth. It is a very, very important step, and it really is important, especially if you are using equipment that you haven't used in some time, because it allows you to get familiar with that. Now, oftentimes that might be an AC, a camera assistant that's going to do the checkout, and it's a billable item. It's part of the production process, and it's critical. It allows you to test things out like your follow focus system that you might be renting, along with the camera and the way it's built out. So when you get to set or location, you are confident in the fact that that equipment is working properly and you can just get right to work. Now, the concept of a checkout, while critical when you're renting equipment, is something that's probably forgotten about or never even thought as being a part of the process when you're using your own equipment. So I have a production coming up in LA at the end of this week, going into the weekend, and much of the equipment that I'm going to be using is equipment that I own. It will be a part of the production. It's part of the production cost, of course. So it's very easy in those situations to just walk up to the shelf and take a light fixture that you used on another production and just say it's ready to go. But my advice to everybody is, while you're going through that, you're creating your list of equipment that you need in each of your product categories, cameras, lenses, grip, whatever it's going to be, that you do a checkout yourself. So right now I'm figuring out what my key light source is going to be. I'm not only going to pull that from the shelf, I'm going to take it out of the case. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to test it, make sure that there are no missing parts, because oftentimes when you're doing a production, somebody else may have packed that bag. Another reason to do a checkout. So the whole purpose of this episode is, even if you're not renting equipment, do your own checkouts. It's critical to your peace of mind going into a production. It's critical for the production itself. Just do it. You'll be happy you did. Don't forget to. And I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.